Hi, I'm Lauren Grace. I'm an evidential medium and a seer, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions, all online or in person. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com. Hello, welcome. I already got a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Monday night here in Australia or wherever you're tuning in. I'm Lauren Grace. I'm a medium and I am a clairvoyant. And today we're just going to spend the hour together connecting on a heart level. I'll see if I've got any messages for you from your past over loved ones, your spirit guides, your angels. I'll be answering your questions. So please do let me know where you are in the comments. Say hello. Share it with your friends and family as well if you feel called to. That would be great. Thank you so much. Okay, so to get started, I want to make this a bit of a theme. So I hope you'll join me. I'd like you to just settle in wherever you are. And I'd like you to put your left hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Your right hand on your left hand. I want you to take 3 cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth in your own time, and then we'll get started. So in through your nose. Okay. And I just want you to remember that you are enough, and you are loved, and you are safe, and you are never, ever alone. Okay, beautiful. So let's get started. Been live now for 2 minutes. We've got 24 people watching. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, Ireland, beautiful. We've got people from Victoria. Charmin, I'm glad that resonated with you. You know, I don't know about you, but I've just been feeling where I'm at the moment. It's been a lot of rain, and I'm just starting to feel like the world around me, I guess, a little bit, you know, sort of, I guess you could say emotional and sensitive. And, you know, when we take some time to connect with our heart, it's an opportunity for us to reset. It's an opportunity for us to go within. It's an opportunity for us to connect to ourselves on that soul level. So thank you so much for joining me on that journey, to all of you. All right, New York, represent New Zealand. Love it. Okay, let's get rocking here. Going to do as many people here as I can. Again, if you want your own personal reading, you can go ahead to laurengraceinspirations.com. And Tegan said that she enjoyed her reading a couple of weeks ago and she appreciated my help. Thank you so much. That was fantastic reading. I loved getting to know you as well. And thank you for saying so, my sister. All right, let's do it. Who's going first? Okay. Belinda Jones. Let's connect with you here. Okay, Belinda. Queensland, represent. Let's see what we get for you. All right. First of all, when I connect in with your energy, I'm feeling a lot of stuff around the heart area. So when I'm feeling any pressure or when I'm really drawn to the heart area, that makes me think about situations that have to deal with the heart. But I also like to look at the heart as an opportunity for us to look within, to see whether or not we're taking care of ourselves through self-care, to see whether or not we are opening up to the opportunities of receiving. Sometimes what we tend to do is give and give and give and not give back to ourselves. So I feel like there's a real big emphasis here for you to really look at the heart space. So let's see what the cards say. Okay, beautiful. So we've got card number 44 here, and this is the card of strength. And you can see here there's this woman and she's balancing on a rock and she's holding another big rock above her, and there's a tree that's growing out of it. What I absolutely love about this card is, number one, look at that dedication to remain that still and that strong in that position. But what we're seeing as well is we're seeing her strong, and we're seeing that there's still an opportunity for new growth to happen, right? We're seeing that she's strong and she's secure and she's grounded, but we can see that there's also a new opportunity that's showing up above her. And we see that reflected here in that beautiful stone. We see that new tree. So right now is an opportunity for growth, okay? It's an opportunity for new ideas, maybe a new way of looking at things. I'm also feeling some stuff going on in my throat here. So it might be an opportunity for you to communicate something that might be bothering you, or also to digest something that might be difficult to swallow, okay? For you, it's really important that you remember how strong you are. Now, we do see number 44 here, and 44 is a master number for number 4. And 4 is about communication. And again, I've got that throat thing going on. You can hear that I really want to clear my throat. So I really think it's a big indication for you that you do need to speak your truth and you do need to get your truth off your chest, okay? When we see number 44 as well, that for me is always indication of spirit. It's always my angel number, 444, 444, 444. All of these numbers in relation to 4 for me are always about connecting with my angels and my spirit guides. So what I'd like you to start to look out for is start to look for those synchronicities around you, that confirmation of the 4-4 that's letting you know, hey, you know, you are strong and you can do this. This is a really big opportunity for you to go within. And because we see a lot of the green here, that's again reinforcing that it has to do with matters of the love or within the heart chakra space. I'm just going to pull one more card for you, though, to give you a little bit more clarity, a little bit more support. And this is the spirit of place. And there we've got another 4 as well. So 4 for me is often the number of, you know, when you have a goal and it's about putting in the work. So it's about knowing where you want to go and then putting in the steps to get you there. So one of the things that you're really encouraged to do at the moment is to think to yourself, does this take me into the future that I want to live in? Does this take me into the direction of who I want to be? Now, because 4 is again communication, I'm going to bring it back to that communication and needing to get things off your chest and just feeling strong enough to do that. Sometimes when we practice speaking in front of the mirror or in a car or something like that, it's good to kind of get your first version out. That might be helpful for you. One of the things as well that they're telling me is spirit of place. It's about going into nature and finding your place there, doing some grounding, and maybe even talking out loud. One of the things that I do, Belinda, is when I'm struggling with something, I just talk to spirit. I just drive around in my car and I just talk out loud, or I'll go for a walk and I'll pick a beautiful tree and I'll just talk out loud. And then after I've said all the things that I'm, you know, concerned about or I'm worried about, I'll just be quiet and I'll see what messages pop in. Sometimes I'll just feel like a giant hug envelop me. And that's just letting me know that I am supported. And sometimes when we talk out loud, we figure out the answer as we go. So I really hope that that was helpful for you. I'd love to know any feedback if you felt that that resonated with you. But I just want you to know that you are supported, okay, and that you are stronger than you think. So just remember all those times when you were super strong and know that you can get through this. All right, sending you lots of love and light. Okay, Samantha, let's go with you. I said love and light, and then I read love and light. So I was like, I think this is a sign. Am I right? I'm going to choose a different deck for you. I'm going to go with the Wisdom of Oracle deck, which is this one here. So I'm just going to get a minute to draw, connect to your energy and get my cards out. I feel really nervous when I'm connecting with your energy, like there's a bit of anxiety there. So I'm really drawn to the solar plexus area. And the solar plexus area is in the middle. It's in your tummy area. And that shows up as the color yellow. So solar plexus is a lot about courage. It's a lot about stepping into your power. Oh, I hear that. So one of the things they're also telling me is that you might want to do a little bit of work as well in your base chakra, which is your root chakra, your sense of belonging. I hear that. So it's basically about understanding that, you know, you may be struggling with your power and struggling with courage. But one of the things that you want to ensure that you're doing as well is connecting with your base chakra And your base chakra is a big one in terms of helping you feel secure and helping you feel safe, okay? Your base chakra or your root chakra is red. So bringing about any red colors, eating red foods, things like that are really going to assist you with that, okay? They're also telling me cinnamon might be nice for you. But that's really going to also help you and give you support as well for your solar plexus chakra. They're also telling me that there's something going on here in terms of communication, and I'm getting a lot of stuff in my throat. Like I really want to cough, but I also feel like I'm having a difficulty with breathing. So whether or not you're actually having a difficulty with breathing, I feel like there's quite a little bit of resistance in the throat chakra here. Okay. Now the throat space is blue. So you also want to look at bringing in a little bit of blue. Even if you just imagine in your imagination, there's maybe some blue on your hands, you can just go like that. You know, spirit guides, angels, whatever you want to say, give me some blue light, please. And you can just put it here and hold your neck. That might actually be really nice. Or even some water. You can wash your hands in cold water and imagine the water's blue and kind of put some of that on your throat chakra. I think that might really help as well. Anything blue that you can invite in is also going to be helpful. If you're a scarf wearer, maybe get a scarf that's blue and you can wrap that sort of around your neck to assist you with that throat stuff that's going on. I feel like maybe you have a sore throat, but there's definitely something that's going on there. And when we have a throat thing, it's very often leading to or giving us an indication that there's a communication thing that's going on. All right, so let's pull a card for you and see what we get. And if you can give me any confirmation on that too, Sam, that would be great. Okay, great. So we've got this Yang card here, if you can see that. And there's these beautiful hands and they're just covered in stars. I love this card. And there's this big, beautiful ball of energy that's really coming out of these hands. And what that's showing you is that's reminding you that you are a creator. You are creating all the time. You are creating with your thoughts, you're creating with your wishes and your dreams. So it's really starting to remember your power, stepping into your courage, communicating your truth and feeling safe to do so. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is really do a little bit of Googling on the root chakra, on the base chakra, on the solar plexus chakra, as well as the throat chakra, and see whether or not you can do a little bit of fine tuning with those. Now, also when we see the Yang card, I have to talk about yin as well, because it's really yin and yang. Yin is really about receiving. It's about going within. It's about emotion. It's about internalizing things, your intuition. You know, if we were to look at it in terms of exercise, it would be swimming, walks, nature hiking, that kind of thing. Okay. But yang is a lot about that, you know, maybe boxing or running or playing sports, you know, some kind of more of a masculine type energy, more of a masculine exercise. So what I'd like you to do is maybe invite a little bit more yang into your life. Okay, maybe see if you can do a little bit more sweating and getting some of that stuff out. I feel like you may have some, if we kind of look at it in terms of rain clouds, maybe some rain clouds, you know, that are kind of bogging you down. So if you can get out there and get some sweating on, I think that might help to break up some of that energy. Okay. I also always recommend that I feel some stuff going on as well here in the head. So a lot of head. So if you can also start doing a little bit of exercise, you're going to find that that drops you into your body a little more in that root chakra space. And it really starts to help you get out of your head. Okay. One of the things they're also telling me is to go and wash your hands with cold water. Especially do that after a shift or after a hard day, okay? Because I feel like you're taking on a lot from other people. So if you can just do a little bit of that reset, that's going to be really important for you. All right. I hope that was helpful. Please do let me know. Oh, I see. I'm so sorry. Okay. So Sam said she lost her son in November and her anxieties through the roof, and she has a terrible cough. Yeah. I'm sending you so much love, my sister. Okay. One of the things that you could look at doing is using some Rescue Remedy. Okay, Rescue Remedy, you can get it in most of the chemists. I use a similar version to that, which I have here in one of my bags. I don't think you can get this anymore, but I'll show you anyway. It's called Revival Remedy, and it's a Bach flower. So you can see that Dr. Bach, B-A-C-H, okay? And Bach flower is really good for treating symptoms of anxiety, but it also heals on an emotional level. So if you can see about getting yourself some Bach flower, BACH, some rescue remedy might be really helpful for you. And also somebody that I can recommend is Sharon Chapman, Chapman, Chapman. Just Google her. She's Australian. She also makes Bach flower, and she also helps a lot with that sort of work. But again, you can just reach out to me if you need any more additional support. And I just want to send you a lot of love and light. Okay. Yes. Light Love Healing is saying, let's all send some love to Samantha. Yes, let's do that. Okay. Teresa Rose, let's see what we've got for you here. Just got to find your thing. There we go. Yes, I'll give you a card. Alrighty. Just going to tap into your energy. So funny. Sometimes we get themes where it's like a lot of throat stuff going on with people. I'm really feeling throat stuff for you. So that's communication. But I'm also being really drawn to my shoulders. Like my shoulders feel heavy, and that's making me feel like I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders. Like I'm not standing up straight. It feels like I'm kind of going like that. Like I'm not feeling powerful and I'm not feeling brave. Almost like I want to hide, or I'm feeling kind of like low. So number one, I just want you to see if you can touch your shoulders together. That's always a really good one. Raise your shoulders up to your ears and drop them down. And for anyone at home listening, it might be a good thing to do. Just roll your shoulders, get that sort of going. Shoulders are really connected to the heart area as well. But as you know, they're also very close to that throat chakra. So I feel like this is all really connected for you. I really feel like you've been really tense in the shoulder area. So if you can go and get yourself a remedial massage, I think you might find that that's really helpful to move some of that energy along, because I feel like you've been really stiff. Let's see what the cards say for you as well here. Okay. We've got the card Poised. Isn't that funny? So we've got this beautiful card here, and this woman is standing and she's throwing her hands up as though she doesn't have a care in the world. And her head is leaned back and she's just taking it all in. And it's called card number 48, and 4 + 8 is 12, and 1 + 2 is 3. And 3 is strength. It's new ideas. It's creativity. It's very often a birth as well. That could be a birth of a human, but it could be a birth of a new idea too. But I love the flexibility that this woman is showing me. It's actually the complete opposite of what I'm really feeling for you. So this is just reminding you that this truly is possible. You just need to make it a priority. One of the things that they're saying as well is that you might benefit from doing some dancing. You might just also benefit from twirling your arms and like doing some sort of circles and motion. I really feel like you need to move your body a little bit. I feel quite stuck and kind of strong when I'm connecting with your energy. It's really making me want to move around and want to dance. I'm in a small confined space right now, so I can't totally do that. But I'd really like to encourage you to do that. You can even do some shoulder openers, kind of stretches like this, maybe some yoga. Just Google different shoulder openings. But again, listen to your body. Don't go too crazy. You want to make sure you're not going to injure yourself. I just think that there's a big part of you that's really needing to break out and really bust out. And I think you've been holding yourself small for a really long time. If you can also let me know if anything I'm saying resonates with you, I would absolutely love to hear that. I'm going to pull one more card for you, though, to give you a little bit more clarity. And just for you and our listeners at home, I'm always connecting with your spirit guides and angels. If I've got passed over loved ones that drop in, I will let you know, as I am a medium. But when I am speaking, I am a channel for the light. So they just tell me things and then I relay them to you. So sometimes I'll say I'm listening or I hear that. And it's just because I get information that just drops into me that I then give to you. Okay, so for you, Teresa, this is really a time for you to start to be the observer. It's starting to notice. I hear that. Thank you. One of the things that they're telling me is they want to encourage you to start to pay attention to your body language when you're doing things or when you're around certain people. You're going to notice that you might leave and you might feel, proud and you're standing up straight. And then you might have interactions in the day and you might notice subtle changes in your body. You might notice a little bit of a hunching. You might notice a little bit of anxiety that sort of happens. You might notice a little bit of tightness in your throat, which I feel now, a little bit of nausea, which may be happening, which is in your solar plexus, which is all about power and courage. So it's really a lot about you starting to notice the things that are making you feel good and stand strong, and the things that are getting you to hunch, okay, and not really be your powerful self. So if you can bring in a little bit of yellow into your life, like I was talking earlier, you can also bring in some red into your base chakra. That would be really important too, because what that's doing is it's making you or helping you to feel secure and helping you to feel safe. And if you can feel safe and secure, you're going to be able to stand more in your power and feel more courageous. So I hope that's helpful for you. I'm sending you a lot of love and light. And I just want you to know that you can do this, okay? And just, you know, notice the things that aren't making you feel good and see if you can wean them out and not spend as much time around them, okay? All right. Who did we go? Samantha Zielinski is asking, how do we get chosen for a card reading? Basically, you just keep commenting so that I know that you're there. I've got 30 people watching at the moment. I'm always trying to read for some of these online so that I can get some of that confirmation. Would be just fantastic. But really, I just read the comments and then Spirit just tells me who to go with. So it's definitely not a personal thing. It's just, I just see something and go, that person or that person. So that's pretty much how it happens. Okay, let's go with Charmin. Gotta love the emoticons. January's been confusing for me. Any insight to where I'm heading in the next few months? Okay, I feel like we should bust out the life purpose deck. So let me just get that. I love having so many different decks. It's so funny because sometimes I'll have a deck for somebody and it's not right for somebody else. So I just love that. That's why when I'm traveling and I have to bring 20 decks with me, it's a bit ridiculous. Okay, Charmin, let's see what we've got going on for you. I'm feeling a lot of neck pain here, right in the back. That's really connected with your throat chakra, but I'm feeling it for you more in the back. So I really want to encourage you to do some neck stretches. You know, just a little bit calm ones, just sort of like that. Go slow. And if you even want to put a little bit of pressure, just go slow. Good idea. They're also telling me if you can get a heating pad, that might be really nice on here. Nice touch. And they want you to add a little bit of some lavender drops in there. If you can do that, that's going to be really good for calming your emotions. One of the things that they're telling me is that you tend to overthink a little bit, and we all do that, me included. And it's really important to ground yourself, to be where you are here in the now, and to spend some time where you are, because when we're thinking about things, you know, too far into the future, we're missing those key moments that are happening here in the now around us. I just want to make sure I didn't drop a card on the floor, because these two cards jumped out for me, and we got the career change card. Okay, embarking on a new career. And then we got the energy healing card. So I just love that. Hello. It really makes me feel like you are heading into a new journey. Now, January might be confusing for you, but sometimes what's happening is that the universe, our spirit guides, our past over loved ones are showing things that are meant for us that aren't really what we had originally planned. And one of the things that I got from Colette Baron-Reid, which I absolutely love, is rejection is God's protection. And sometimes we think we're heading down a journey, and then all of a sudden we are not heading down that journey at all. We're heading for a completely new journey. And I feel like that might be happening for you. So what I'd like to recommend that you do, my sister, and I'm going to pull another card for you here as well to get a little bit more clarity, is I'd like you to start to look at things as an opportunity and through the eyes of a child. I get that. It's like they're saying that you have a little bit more fun with these surprises. I get that. So they're saying, you know, if you're planning on going here and something different happens, can you laugh about it? Can you go, oh, there we go again. I'm being reset. Okay, I see that. So one of the things that they're saying, it's like, because you have free will, and we all have free will. And remember, anything that I'm saying, you always want to run it through your filter, right? You always want to make sure, hey, does this resonate with me? And make sure that it does. Otherwise, you can just let it go. But one of the things that they want to say, Charmin, is that you're very strong-willed and you're very powerful and you're a really great manifester. So when you're on your path and you're manifesting, sometimes they have to throw things in because they're going, wait a minute, that might not be for you. right? And it might not be for you right now, maybe later. So it's about listening to those messages that you're getting. One of the things that they're saying is they want you to really pay attention to your now moments. When they say now moment, it's about being here and now and paying attention to how you feel in the moment. If something makes you feel good, do it. If it doesn't make you feel good, I want you to stop. I want you to pivot. I want you to say, hey, is there another direction that I could go down? Is there something that I'm not really listening to, not really paying attention to? I'm going to pull another card for you here. Let me just grab, let's do the map card, map deck. I'm going to give you a little example here because this happened to me 2 nights ago. So I got dressed and I was going to go to a party and I had 2 shoe options. Okay. Shoe option number 1, shoe option number 2. So I put shoe option number 1, which looked good, but there was something about it that wasn't really right. So I was asking the people around me, hey, what do you think? Do these shoes match my outfit? Because I have these other shoes as well. Okay. Now, normally if someone goes, yeah, they look good, I'll go, okay, cool. And I'll let it go and I'll move on and just rock my outfit. But for some reason, I couldn't let it go. Like I kept having to ask people around me, what do you think about my shoes? You know, should I wear these out tonight? Long story short, I got to the party and my shoes ended up breaking. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because sometimes what happens is we're getting signs from spirit and we're not listening or we're missing the point. You know, I feel like I was being alerted to the fact that, hey, if you're bringing up the shoe thing over and over, it's because these shoes aren't right for you because they're going to break in 2 hours, right? Or they're asking me, hey, maybe pay a little bit more attention because they're about to break. Look at the stitching or, where the glue is or whatever. So that's one of the things that they're asking you to do is starting to notice, hey, wait a minute, are they trying to give you subtle signs to move you into a new direction? Okay, and then finally for you, this is the Ride the Wave card. This is card number 14. 1 + 4 is 5, and 5 is the card of change. So this is really about going with the flow. And it just goes back to what I was saying. If it feels good, do it. And if it doesn't, stop before you continue on in that direction or pivot. All right. I hope that was helpful for you. Hope it gives you a little bit of guidance and some support. And thank you to everyone watching. I've got 37 people watching. Thanks for all the love and support as well. Please share this with your friends if you feel called to. That would be fantastic. Okay. Validation. Charmin says, yes, lots of neck pain on the right side. Career change. Great. We all need more joy. You're so welcome. And yeah, ride the wave. Seriously. That is so important. And right side is masculine energy. So it could be a little bit too much yang, could be a little bit too much doing and not enough sort of receiving or healing. So maybe doing some yoga, going for a hot bath, going for a walk in nature might be something that really benefits you. That feels good. Okay. So if you're watching, Samantha, you've been seeing something very similar going on in your life, like the shoe story. Yes. Isn't that funny how that happens where you just go, dang, I wish I'd listened to myself. If I hadn't been busy talking about if I should wear this shoe or not, I would have caught the message. Man. All right, Sam, let's take a card for you. I can't actually remember right now if I already read for you or that was another Sam. Let me just see. I think I'm drawing a complete blank here. Well, I'm going to choose one card for you right now, regardless. And if this is the same Sam, because I was just really reading the first names, then you get a bonus. But I think, let me just having a look at all your fabulous comments, my friends. Thank you so much. This is so awesome. One of the things that I will tell you as well, because it might interest you, is that when we're doing readings, at least for myself, I can't speak for everybody else who does reading. Okay, Sam, I think this is, a new one for you. Never had a reading. Okay, thank you. Well, I just want to explain that. So what happens for me anyway is I'll click on someone's name and I'll just connect right to their energy right away. And then I'll just channel and say whatever I get. And then I pretty much forget after and move on to the next person, because it really is like this automatic download where I'm not sitting going, what should I say next? So that's why sometimes it can be a little bit like confusing, just in case you were curious about why I would be confused about that. Okay, Samantha, let's see what we get for you. You feel really grounded to me. Your energy, oh, cool. you feel really like strong and secure and centered. That's really what I would say for your energy. You feel like you're really on the ground. Like you don't spend a lot of time in your head, like you spend a lot of time on the facts. That you're really level-headed is one of the things that one of the ways that they would describe you, level-headed, that you feel that when you walk around, you feel your feet on the ground, as opposed to some people like myself who has a hard time feeling their feet because they're in their head. You really feel level-headed and strong and secure in your energy. It's really nice. So keep doing what you're doing in that regard. I feel like you probably do a lot of nature walks or a lot of yoga because you do feel really centered. You could also just give me a little bit of feedback if you find that what I'm about to say as well resonates for you. That would be just fantastic. One of the things, too, that I will let you know is that if you want to do a one-on-one reading with me, you can just head to LaurenGraceInspirations.com. I put a link there in the comments. I'm also a business mentor, so I can help you a lot with career, life purpose, things like that. Not just for you, Sam, just in general. Just a general promotion. All right. Selfless plug. Okay, so Sam, for you, the card is listening, and this is the elephant card, and this is card number 53, and 5 plus 3 is an 8, and 8 is what you put out, you get back. It's really the card of the number of full circle. One of the things that I like to remind people is that when we're going about our day, the things that we're attracting are really indicative of the ways that we've been thinking and of the energy that we've been putting out there to spirit. And it's really being shown to us in our friends and our family. One of the things that's just happened as well is I felt a little sharp pain in the back of my neck on my left-hand side, which is interesting. That's also the feminine side. So that's the yin side. That's the receiving side. I feel like for you, you could spend a little bit more time going within, being a little bit more introspective and spending a little bit more time listening, funny enough. And this is your listening card here with the elephant. When I see the elephant as well, the elephant is really about community. It's about your family. It's also so wise, and it's a really solid animal. And when I think about the elephant as well, I really think about that animal being grounded, much like your energy. So it's really a reminder to pay attention to the family that's around you, making sure you're surrounding yourself by the people that make you feel good. And with this listening card here, it's about starting to pay attention to the messages that you're getting in your mind. They're telling me that you are clairaudient. So clairaudient basically shows up in this way. You might hear conversations in your head. You might get messages that sometimes drop in, and it might sound like your own voice talking, okay? But that's very often the spirit that's popping in that's telling you things. Now, one thing that I want you to know, and I want my anyone watching right now to know, is that when you hear messages that are kind and that are supportive and that are encouraging, and that make you feel good. And I'm not saying things like you're going to get everything's, amazing when you're feeling like you're having a hard time. Let's say you're having a hard time and the message that you get is everything's amazing. Well, that's probably not really going to correlate, right? That's not going to feel right. But a spirit guided message is going to say something like, this too shall pass. Can you look for the lesson within this opportunity? Can you take some time out to grieve and to be? Right? So that's different. So that's what, spirit would sound like inside your head. I get that. They're also telling me that they want you to start to pay attention to the songs that pop into your head, because your songs in your head are often clues as well. So I like to give the example of if you're listening if you're going somewhere, let's say, and then Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way comes on the radio, then that might be like, yeah, keep on going. But if you hear Spice Girls, Stop Right Now, that might be an indication that maybe that isn't the right decision or the right path for you to go on. Kind of like the shoe story. It's just about us listening and paying attention. So I hope you found that helpful. And I would love some confirmation if you did. Thank you so much. And please continue to ask questions and let me know in the comments that you're around. Okay, light, love, healing with Shazza Rowland. Let's do it. Love those emoticons. They are beautiful. All right, let me see what deck is for you. All those colors is making me feel like I need a beautiful, colorful deck. Okay, I'm going to choose a deck for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle, or a card rather. It's going to take a second here, Shazza, to connect with your energy. And Shazza makes me feel like you're probably Australian, just a guess. really feeling drawn to the heart space here. So I feel like there's emotions that are going on. So I feel like it's an emotional time for you. And I'm also feeling some pressure for me here in the jaw. So when I'm connecting to the jaw area, that's also reminding me, or it's giving me an indication that there may be a communication thing happening, but I'm really being drawn to matters of the heart in the heart space. One of the things that you could also do is look at, inviting in a little bit more green. I did do a meditation through Empower You Radio, one of the best investments I've ever had, by the way, with a man named Dick Sutphen, Sutphen, and he's a hypnotherapist. He's passed now, but he had a heart opening hypnotherapy meditation on there. You may be able to get it in other places, and it's really about going into the heart and doing some heart healing in there. So you really do connect to your heart space, walk into your heart space and do some heart healing. I feel like that might really work for you. Now, the other thing I do want to say is as I'm connecting to your heart energy, I am seeing so many sparkles. I am seeing the most beautiful heart ever. It was like if you imagine a crystal cave, and the crystal cave was full of luminous green light of sparkles and crystals and diamonds and gems, and it was just shining so brightly. That's what I see in your heart. It is so beautiful. So it's just about continuing to open that space up, to just get into those little nooks and crannies and just dust off some of that stuff and continue to go. But you have a beautiful energy about you. People are drawn to you. I feel like you give amazing hugs. You feel like somebody that you just want to be friends with, like somebody in their corner who they just go, why don't you just give Shaza a call? She'll make you feel better. Okay, I get that. So that's all true for you. But one of the things as well is making sure you're managing your own energy, okay? Because sometimes what happens, my girl, is I've just dropped a card. We give so much to other people that we forget to give back to ourselves. So that's why they're saying to do that heart clearing, to get in there and dust out those nooks and crannies, just to make sure you're not pouring all your energy to everyone and you're not also taking care of your own. They're saying housekeeping in the heart space. And I feel like you know what I'm talking about. So I think that would be really helpful for you. Now, a card that's just popped out for you, actually on the floor, I just had to pick it up, is this beautiful yin card, okay? And this is the yin card of going within. We see that beautiful pink color that's there, matches my nails. It's really a lot about rose quartz for you as well, which is unconditional love. And that's a crystal that's going to really help you with that. I think you know that already, but for anyone listening, if you want to connect to yourself, if you want to grow in love and confidence for yourself, unconditional love, even for other people, rose quartz is good. I've got a rose quartz on here as well. So very often when I wear rose quartz or I wear certain crystals, it's because it's relevant for who I'm working with that day. So with this yin card as well, it's a lot about that balance. It's a lot about that yin and that yang, that giving and that receiving. So that's why we get that reminder about the balance of giving and also taking. Okay, and you're wearing rose quartz today. Of course you are. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. Just make sure you do a little bit of housekeeping in the heart space and all will be well. So let's see who we've got next. Rashida, let's go with you. Rashida Ziaman, I hope I spelled that or said that correctly. Just going to tap into your energy here for a second. And thank you to everyone who's watching. I've got 35 watching. Thanks for the love and the support. Okay, Rashida, I'm really being drawn to your solar plexus area. That's in your tummy area. That's a yellow. I feel like you need to, yeah, I'm getting that. Okay, so one of the things that they're telling you to do is do a little bit of sound therapy. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, and you can do this at home as well, is in your solar plexus, I want you to clap 3 times around your solar plexus, even more than 3 times. And I want you to imagine in your imagination, there's a rain cloud there. And as you're doing your clapping, it's breaking it up. It's sending it all off. You're moving it along. I feel like there's quite a lot of energy that's in that area, that's stagnant energy, and we need to move it and we need to get it gone. You can also do some belly dances. That might be really helpful. You can even rub your tummy with your hands. That might be really nice. If you want to get some rose quartz, you could rub rose quartz on there, or some rose oil might be really beautiful. I think it's a lot about spending a little bit of time in that solar plexus area for you, but I feel like there's some energy there that's really got to shift. So just clap that out, clap it out. You can even clap on your actual solar plexus, maybe clap it for a bit, and then maybe give it some love and some attention, okay? If you have a drum as well, that's something that you can do. And you can also look up online solar plexus meditation or solar plexus sound healing. And I'm sure you'll find tons of stuff. Meditative Mind on YouTube is a really great channel to help you with this. All right, I'm going to see if I can get a card for you. Well, I'm not going to see. I'm going to get a card for you. Okay. Okay, and we've got that fork in the road card. And when we've got a fork in the road card, it really means exactly what it says. And the fork in the road card is, hey, which direction do you want to head down? Do you want to go this way or do you want to go this way? So this is an opportunity for you to, again, and I feel like I say this with many people that I read for, have a think about who it is that you want to be. And then decide, does this take me into the direction of who I want to be or does it take me away from it? When we're at a fork in a road, I want you to look at the opportunity. I don't want you to look at it like, oh no, what am I going to do? Nervous, nerves sometimes mean like, maybe this isn't right for you. If you feel joy and a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of lightness and ease, that's very often the right indication for you. But one of the things I want you to notice is, okay, if I imagine going in this direction, how do I feel? How does my body feel? How do I stand? If I imagine going into another direction, how do I feel? How do I stand? What is truth for me and what is not truth? What is an indication that this is the right thing? And what is an indication that it's not? It's about self-awareness. It's about developing. I get that. Yeah. It's about developing the memory and the habit of knowing what is right for you. Because what's going to happen is as you learn to do this, you're going to be able to make faster decisions because you're going to know right away, I'm at a fork in the road. If I go that way, boom, I feel my shoulders dropping, even just a micro inch. But if I go that way, I stand up straight. Boom, I'm going that way because I just know I could resonate in my body what was truth for me. So what I'd like you to do is start to notice how you react to things that are for you and how you react to things that aren't for you. And I don't want you to figure it out yourself. I want you to notice how your body is telling you. Your body is working like a compass. So it's about putting the question out and then waiting for the reaction and then moving forward. I'm still getting quite a lot of anxiety for you. Okay. And I did say it earlier. I believe I was reading for Sam and we were talking about Bach flower remedy. So Bach flower can really assist you with that as well. So that's BACH because Bach flower is made from flowers and it helps you to treat the symptoms of anxiety as well as many other things, but also the emotions that are causing it. Okay. Oh, one thing too that they're saying, is that if you tap your collarbone, that really helps to shift anxiety as well. And just do some breathing in. I get that, I'll tell her. And one of the things they're also saying is that everything has a soul. And that's something that I learned from my beautiful friend, Bernadette Lachlan at Healing Works, which, by the way, if you're looking for an incredible healer, DM me and I'll send you her contact. She will blow your mind. But she was reminding me, hey, Lauren, everything has a soul, including anxiety. So what's your anxiety telling you? What is it here to say? Have you asked it lately? Even just now, Rashida, just say, hey, what is my anxiety telling me? And sometimes it might be that worry voice that's saying, well, this could happen and this could happen and this could happen and this and this and this, and then that will happen and blah. And it's like, you know what? You just have to deal with what's happening right now. And then you can cross those other bridges when and if, probably won't happen, but when and if it comes to it. So I hope that was helpful for you. Please do let me know if you have any feedback. I do want to acknowledge as well, I feel like I have a gentleman here that's just stepped in. I feel like he's dressed in a cultural outfit. I'm just trying to place him. I feel like he's got like silk sort of pants on, really beautiful fabric, really long sort of almost like I'm trying to describe, not like a robe, but there's no zipper on the front, or it's one long piece with long arms. I feel like the color is beige and cinnamon. I feel like he has facial hair as well. I want to talk about a mustache, pretty long mustache, like it's something that he was very proud of. I feel like he's got darker skin and also darker hair. He does strike to me as being a really kind and gentle man. I feel like I'm drawn to his hands as well. Feels like he might have had a little bit of hair on his hands, but his hands are really strong and gentle. He's got a really beautiful, gentle personality. Okay. And I'm also feeling a lot of emotion when I'm connecting to his energy. So there's so much love and support there for you. Can you just put yourself behind Rashida so I can see what side of the family you're on, or where I can place you, please? I do want to put him beside the father line of the family. So I do feel like it could be a father figure, or it could be an uncle, but there's definitely a father sort of tendency there. So a lot of protection and looking out for you. Okay. I do feel as well, like on the outfit that he's showing me, there's quite a lot of stitching, as though he was getting ready for an event or an occasion. And it's like he wants to acknowledge that there is an occasion or something like that going around. Like, I want to talk about an anniversary, or I want to talk about a birthday. So if you can just give me a bit of clear confirmation or feedback on that, that would be really great. Sending you lots of love and light, and thank you as well for being here. Thank you, Rashida. All right, who's next? Layla. Here we go. Yeah, you can have a card. So Layla. Okay, let's see what we got for you. And thank you so much for giving me feedback as well. It really means so much to me to hear from you. It really means a lot. So thank you so much for the feedback. And if I don't read it right now, I definitely read all my comments later. I just am trying to get through as many people as I can. But please do keep the comments and keep all the feedback coming. That would just be so fantastic. Okay, and Rashida said, you gave me goosebumps. Thank you. Love this reading. Super helpful guidance. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. We all deal with anxiety. It's just about learning to embrace it. Me too. All right, here we go. So Layla, and we had this card flip open for you, but just before I read it, I really want to connect to your energy. Yeah. Okay, so there's stuff going on in the throat here. So I feel like there's a communication thing that's happening. I also feel kind of sick to my stomach, like quite nausea. So I'm not sure if you're actually not feeling very well, but it's really making me feel quite sick. I feel like there's a lot going on in my throat, and the best way to describe it is I'm having a hard time swallowing, and I actually feel like I want to be physically sick. So if that's something that you're going through, can you let me know? I would love to just get a bit of confirmation on that. But again, like I've been saying, throat is always about communication for me. However, for you, because I have a lot of nausea as well, I'm often feeling like that's also related to the solar plexus area. Okay. So maybe you're on painkillers of some kind, or maybe there's something else that's going on that's hard to digest. I get that. So they're also talking about the importance of gut health. I get that. They're also saying that it might be worth looking into probiotics. Now, obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I would recommend that before you do anything, you do have a talk to your doctor. But they're saying probiotics might be really good, and cutting out sugars. Too much sugars actually could be upsetting your gut health as well. And look into candida as well, because I think there may be too much sugar in there, and that's really affecting your gut health. That's what they're telling. And they're also saying that you might want to look at, okay, yeah, I get that. So it's about, okay, I get that. One sec. Okay, sorry. So one of the things that they're saying is that it's about they want me to talk about gut health, and they want to talk to me, want you to know about like making sure you have got good gut flora, like healthy flora. Okay. But then I also want to talk about spice and bringing in some fiery foods. Like I feel like there's too much coldness in your tummy, and maybe you're a cold blood person. Sometimes I feel a lot of cold too. So I have to eat things that are going to add a little bit of spice and a little bit of heat into my body. So you could also look at Ayurveda. And eating for your particular dosha might be helpful for you, but they're really telling me that that's really important that you start working on that now. Okay. That gut health, those probiotics, having a look at the candida, that kind of thing. Okay. So the card that I got for you here is the card Between Worlds. And this is card number 3. And number 3 is all about strength. It's all about creativity. It's all about birth of a new idea, also physical birth of an actual person. What we're seeing here, though, is we're seeing this light and we're seeing this shade, right? So we've got the black and white, and then we've got the stepping into the color. So life is really about light and shade. It's about seeing the light within the shadow. It's about seeing the shadow side as well, and then coming out into the light. So sometimes when we reveal things about ourselves, you know, we get to actually work through that, and then we get to move into the light. At least in my experience, sometimes when I have gut situations or issues that are happening, challenges, I don't like to say issues, that I'm working through, and just notice my language on that I'm working through, it's always an indication to me about, is there something else going on there? So if I'm having a gut thing that's happening, sometimes it's telling me that I need to learn to go more with the flow and not control everything so much and not worry so much and just allow things to unfurl naturally. So have a look about what this might mean for you. The other thing too is that when we're looking between worlds, it's really about identifying and seeing the different sides of us with compassion and grace and not judgment. It's about going, hey, like, yeah, maybe I am a little bit like that, and I'm also really good at this, and that's cool. I'm going to accept myself as I am. I get that. Thank you. So they're saying as well that if you want to bring in a little bit of rose quartz into your life, that might really help with some unconditional love and growing in confidence for yourself. The thing too with the solar plexus chakra in the middle, that yellow space or that yellow chakra center in our tummy, God health, is really a lot about courage and a lot about stepping into our power. So I think that if you can start to do a little bit of love and a little bit of kindness and tenderness in that area, yeah, they're talking about tenderness is needed here. Tenderness. So just a little bit of love and light would be good. Oh, I get that's a good one. Yeah. So they're also saying a heat bag. And I was saying that to someone earlier for their neck, but for you would be for a tummy. Have a little, like maybe a nice little heat bag and caress that area, the solar plexus, you know, rub your tummy, you know, nurture yourself, talk to yourself nicely in that area, and just ask it, you know, what do you have to show me? What are you trying to tell me that I haven't been listening to? And just maybe talk to a little bit like a little friend. So I'd love to know how that resonates with you. If you could give me some feedback on that, that would be just fantastic. Thanks, Layla. All right, who's next, y'all? Who's next? Susan Element. Susan Element, you get down with the elementals. Might be a fitting thing. Can you let me know? Are you connected to the fairies? Are you connected to the tree spirits? They would love to hear from you. I can tell you right now, as soon as I said that, I was like, boom, boom, confirmation. I remember one time I read a story, or sorry, I didn't read a story. I was in school in junior high, and I remember my teacher was saying that our last names are very often derived from some of the skills that we had. So I'm curious for you whether or not element came from elements, working with the elements, working with the elementals. It could be really something that you look into. Do you spend a lot of time working with earth, wind, fire, and air? You know, maybe bringing in some of those elements into your everyday life. Yes, they're telling me that's a huge chapter. That's a huge thing for you to start to look at. I actually can see you. Cool. I can actually see you standing in the middle of a field, and I can see 4 roads heading down in all the directions, and every direction has a color based on the element that it is. And I can see you standing there strong on your feet with your arms out. I can't really show you the position right now because I'm sitting down, standing in your power and working with the energies. So if this isn't something you've already tapped into, I'm already getting confirmation that this is right for you. So I really want to encourage you, Susan, to have a look at that. Okay, let's pull a card for you. Oh, and of course this card flew out. And what do we get? We got this new life card, and I feel like that's perfect because I feel like you stepping into the elements, working with the elementals, working with nature is going to be a really new life for you. So we can see this woman here, and she's standing on the top of this sort of like a stone sort of, I don't know, carving, I guess. And she's just sort of waking up, you know, and it's number 39, and 3 + 9 is 12. 1 + 2 is 3, and 3 is creativity. It's also the birth of a new idea. It could be a physical birth, but I think for you, it's a new way of being. It's really opening up and stepping into your power. And I feel like you already know that this is meant for you, and this is just confirmation of that new life. So what I'd like you to do is start to look and notice whether or not there are different books that you can start tapping into that can help you with the elements, starting to look into working with the plants, plant kingdoms, working with the fairies, working with the elementals. I really think that that's really important for you to set you on your new, on the next path. So I hope that's helpful. I'd love to know if that resonates with you, if you've done anything like that before. Okay. Almost out of time here. Thank you so much for all the comments. 32 people still watching. Thank you so much for holding strong. Carolyn Thomas, let's do it. Okay, Carolyn Thomas. Carolyn, you have such nice energy. You remind me of my friend that I met in England like 10, 15 years ago. The thing about you, Carolyn, is you're the best. I feel so much emotion when I'm connecting with your energy. I just feel like you are such a strong and such a secure friend that if you ever needed anyone, that you've got their back. You are such a loyal person. You are kind and you are generous. And I don't think you tell yourself that stuff very much. So start doing it. Stop giving to everyone all the time. It's time for you to give back to yourself, okay? I just want you to know you are all of these things and so much more. And I really think that for you, it's really about connecting with the next stage of your journey. It's about figuring out what do you want, and it's about getting to know yourself on a whole new level. I'll tell her. They're talking about mirror work. They want you to go to the mirror and they want you to talk to yourself in the mirror every day and say, hey, what do you need from me today? Mel Robbins has a new book out and it's called The High Five Habit. And I haven't read it, but I have listened to some interviews where she talks about this. And she basically talks about connecting with herself in the mirror and saying to herself, what do you need from me today? And then listening. And then giving herself a high five in the mirror and then showing up like that for herself. So maybe you need some self-care. Maybe you need, a great dance party to really connect to your body. Maybe you need to give yourself a hug. Maybe you need to give yourself a nap. So it's about taking that time to spend a little bit of time getting to know yourself again. I really feel like you're on the new chapter, like you're heading onto a new journey, but this is a journey in which you're first. You get to put yourself first because you've been giving for so long to everyone else that it's about turning that back onto you and going, wait a minute, what do I need? How am I going to fill my cup? Okay. This is really important that you do that. I'm going to pull a card for you as well. And for anyone watching, you are the most important person. How are you showing up for yourself? Okay. Okay, Carolyn, a change is in the wind. This is so exciting. I really feel like you're ready for a journey. You're going on a journey. You're getting ready to start a new chapter of your life. And this is just really you stepping into that. One of the things that they're telling me is that they want you to be a little bit more creative as well. So inviting in that inner child, reconnecting with the fun, joyful side of yourself, laughing, listening to things that make you feel good, that are up leveling you, and really spending a lot of time nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself as you continue to grow in confidence. So rose quartz, again, big theme today for a lot of y'all. Rose quartz is really important to help you grow with unconditional love for yourself and compassion. And I feel like one of the words today that we're getting here as well is tenderness. So if you could bring a little bit of tenderness in for yourself, that's going to be really important. All right, I've got one more reading. Thank you so much for being here. Michelle, the light worker, is up in about 15 minutes, and she is amazing. I love her a lot. Good friend of mine, and she is so worth hanging out for. So please do stick around for her. I'm going to do one more reading, and I'm going to go with Gina. Gina Brond, I'm going to do a little reading for you here. I feel like there's a lot of pressure in the heart area as well. And again, in the throat, which is all about communication. I feel like you could be dealing with matters of the heart. I really feel like for you, yeah, I will tell her. I feel like for you, we need to do some cleansing around the heart space, some cord cutting. So I'm also the host of the Afterlight podcast. And I've got new episodes that launch every Thursday. And they are just, well, I think they're awesome. But I interview so many different guests. And we have done guests with our that work with Archangel Michael and cutting cords. So there's a great episode with Sandy Turkington, 16-minute meditation on cutting cords and working with the angels. It's just absolutely amazing. Kathy Lather, we did an episode on working with Archangel Michael and cutting cords. But I really feel like you need to do some cutting, some chopping of energy connected to other people around the heart space. Okay. So I'd really like to encourage you to have a look and to see if you can make that a bit of a priority. One of the things as well that they're telling me is they're also saying that they'd like you to maybe look at doing some herb smudging. So I personally use sage. Not everyone does. They feel like that doesn't resonate with them. That's totally fine. If you want to get some other herbs like peppermint or rose, rosemary, anything like that, you can just basically light a candle, take your dried herbs, light them into the candle and take the smoke and really bathe yourself in that and do a little bit of clearing, because I feel like the heart space really needs to clear. I feel like there's a little bit of kind of rain clouds there. One of the things you could do as well is do some clapping in that area to move and shift that around. Sound healing is really good, as well as drumming. I've just got 1 more minute left, so I'll just take one card for you. And also, if anyone wants a private hour with me, can you imagine how fun that would be, us hanging out for an hour? Head to LaurenGraceInspirations.com and all my details are there. Oh no, I just dropped the deck. Oh, there's the card. Okay, perfect. Okay, and this card is talking about time for a nap. So this is really just saying it's time to take a little bit of time for yourself, rest, rejuvenate, relax. It's also number 6. So it's really about taking some time out to see things clearly, to spend some time loving yourself, spend time with family, rejuvenate, rest, and then get ready for the next direction. I feel like there's a bit of healing that needs to happen for you. I'm sending you a lot of light with that. I also want you to look into rose quartz and bringing in green. Green is also the color for the heart chakra. So thank you so much for everyone for being here. Much love to you. Thank you for sticking with me for the whole show. Please do follow me over on Instagram as well. I'm under the Afterlight podcast. That's Afterlight, all one word. I've also got a podcast, new episodes launching every single Thursday, and they're all spiritual and they're just really amazing. I hope you'll join me there. And follow me over at Lauren Grace Inspirations as well. And thank you so much for all your love and support. And please let your friends know about me, because I'd really love to spread my message with the world. Thank you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.